Ban the whole podcast. Just get it all, throw it out, pick it up, put it in a bucket, put that bucket in a well, lower it down to somebody trapped in the well.
Steps.
And then they'll be like, "What's in the bucket? Or are you trying to save me because you don't got a ladder that'll pull me out right yet? And the rope is too weak." And you're like, "No, it's a bucket of podcast." And they're like, "Ew, I don't want this." That's AmeriCanada.
It's a bucket of podcast.
Surprise! That's how I'm starting. Welcome to the podcast.
Fuck. I've been fidgeting with my mic this whole time. No!
That's fine. I'll just cut you all out because it's fine. I can rant. And ramble. It's cool. Welcome to the podcast. Welcome to AmeriCanada.
Welcome to the podcast. We're a bucket in a well that some guy's saying ew at. Apparently.
I'm the Canadian rope, Jekkus.
I'm the American bucket that has like 5 holes in it.
Dear Liza.
Signak. I have a name.
There you go.
It's in there.
Oh, it's one of those Signak brand buckets.
Yeah, you know, if you've got some flex tape, you just slap that on that baby and you got yourself an okay bucket.
You pretty much just have to make a Flex Seal bucket at that point.
My life is a Flex Seal bucket.
And other assorted poems by Signak.
That's the whole poem. It's just one line.
Yeah.
Has anyone ever done that? Like a one-line poem?
I think Mitch Hedberg's entire gimmick was a one-line poem.
Fair.
Beautiful individual. If you've never listened to Mitch Hedberg, everybody should listen to Mitch Hedberg. He's a comedian. He's a funny boy.
This is a podcast. If you've never been here before, which you probably haven't, because
this is episode 12.
Who listens to this? This is episode 12.
You've got so many you could have listened to and figured out the premise.
No, it's fine. But the premise here, in case this is your first time, we take articles from the internet about weird stuff from our respective countries and then make each other feel better about how weird our own countries are.
Mine's sad right now.
Why is it so sad?
It's sad news that I don't want to talk about on the podcast because this is more of an uplifting podcast generally.
Yeah, we're talking about funny news. Funny news.
Funny.
You want some funny news?
Do I want funny? I don't know. Am I allowed to have funny news?
I'll allow it.
Okay. All right. Give me some funny news.
Okay. A man in Wisconsin.
Wisconsin.
Wow. Wisconsin.
It's strictly better than the Wisconsin.
A man in Wisconsin. I swear I can say words. All right. I went to college at some point in my life. I went to college for theater, i.e., the classes where all you do is talk.
And how did we end up here?
Failures. A man in Wisconsin woke up one morning with a 13-pound chunk of ice that crashed through his ceiling and grazed him.
Okay, because, woke up with a 13-pound, my brain started filling with, so many gaps right there.
13-pound horse head.
13-pound child. He just found a child. It's his child now.
That's at least a 2 or 3-year-old, right? How heavy are babies?
One roided up child, baby.
I'm realizing now that I do not understand the weight metrics of age to child.
Same.
How heavy is a baby?
My cat's 13 pounds.
Heavier than a cat? Wait, your cat's 13 pounds? Okay.
My cat's 13 pounds.
If your cat's 13 pounds, then I'm going to say a just turned 2-year-old is probably a 13-pound chunk of ice.
I'm going to say no. I'm going to say a 1-year-old is probably closer.
I mean, you're the one that holds the cat. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't hold babies. Or chunks of ice. How did this chunk of ice get there?
No one fucking knows.
Was there a hole?
There a hole through the ceiling. It broke through the ceiling. So from outside, crashes through roof, through ceiling, lands. Could have killed this man.
As it do.
He described it as it grazed him. I.e., if it had been inches to the side, he would have fucking died. Meteorologists in the area tried to figure out, WTF. There had been some hail activity in the area, but it was nowhere near strong enough to create a 13-pound chunk of ice.
Just while we're on the topic of meteorologists, I think their name is cooler than their actual job.
You don't live in Oklahoma, sir.
They should be studying actual meteors.
You don't live in Oklahoma, where there's NATOs all the time.
No, those should be tornadologists, all right? If they're meteorologists, they should be studying meteors. I'm just putting it out there. Okay. And this is kind of like an ice meteor. So I will let this one go on a technicality. However, science, I'm coming for you. That's it. I'm putting my foot down. You gotta get a better naming convention.
Skyologists couldn't figure out why the hell this rock happened. Here's the crazier shit, though. This isn't the first time mystery ice has gone through somebody's roof.
I hope it's the same guy.
It's not the same guy.
He just gets bombarded by an ice goblin every so often.
Just Thor is pissed, and he is throwing ice at you. About a week before, a family in Florida had a giant chunk of ice go through their roof into their patio.
Ice doesn't exist in Florida. That's crazy.
That's part of the craziness too, is like they don't get that kind of weather. And again, hold on, let me see if I can find the size.
And it's nothing like the blue ice from airplanes, right?
No, it's not blue ice. This is, I mean, they have pictures. It's just looks like a piece of a fucking glacier.
Oh.
That somebody just decided to throw into someone's roof. The Florida one doesn't say how large it is, but I can see a picture of it, and it's pretty large.
It's in the size of an actual 2-year-old baby.
I mean, I can't speak for its weight, but it's a foot. It's about a foot, square foot.
Okay, so we know the density of ice, and just work back from there.
Oh no! Don't make me math.
Do your science.
This isn't work. I can't math here.
You just said you went to school for not science, so like...
I went to school for non-science, but my job, my day job actually involves a lot of math, and particularly like areas and volumes, and I use all my brain power at work.
Yeah, it's just a volume times the density. You got this.
No, I don't have any. I don't want to know.
Right. I shouldn't be telling our audience how to math either. They're not going to appreciate it.
So at the very least, there's, some kind of ice giant from Norse mythology is throwing ice at people's roofs. And he's trying to kill them because he almost killed this man in Wisconsin. How do you say the state's name? Oh my god.
You doing it right there? Come on, say it with me.
No.
Wisconsin.
Dibs Blobson.
Welcome to Dibs Blobson, home of the dibs. How would you like your ice served today? Sorry, the only option is fast.
It's a bunch of small children screaming about alien invasions.
My god. I thought that was just Florida, though.
Oh, you're right. Gosh dang it. No, so the police said that they have no idea where the ice came from, and the guy who was in bed when it happened said that he compared the sound of the crash to a shotgun blast. So imagine you're sleeping at night. You hear what you think is a shotgun, and you feel something hit your side, and now it's suddenly cold. Like, I think I just died. I would have thought, like, oh, I'm dead.
This is it. This is it for me. I just finished my roof, so this is even more embarrassing for me, because I can see the moon from here. But my soul is going through that hole, up into the sky, and when I get up high enough, the frost giant Ymir will bat me down with his giant club.
Me wonders, if you see the hole in the ceiling, my first thought... maybe that's a really inefficient way to shoot me. Why not just use the window or break into the house first and then shoot me properly from the bed? Because you missed, MFer.
Alright, so this is how I know I'm going to become a mass serial killer. Is a trebuchet and a block of ice. And hope.
No,
a lot of
someone's
hope.
Already doing this. Someone is already doing this. There is a wannabe serial killer out there trying to kill people with ice, and the police just wake up, sheeple.
Yeah, so if I start, doing a copycat killer situation, they're already looking for him. So once it gets caught, I just switch to something else. Like, what else can I lob with a trebuchet?
Is it a copycat killer if he hasn't successfully killed anyone yet?
I could be the first. I could outdo him.
You could be the Oreos to his whatever the fuck the actual original Hydroxes. That's what they're called. You're gonna be the Oreo ice killer.
I don't like this implication anymore. You know what? I'm gonna go back to just playing Final Fantasy XIV. I think that's a much better use of my time.
Oh god, addict.
Look, it's not an addiction yet. because I've yet to say that I have a problem.
I don't think that's how that works.
I mean, it worked with WoW that way.
How long did you play WoW before you admitted it was a problem?
10 years.
Yeah. Yeah. This is an intervention. I fooled you. Under the guise of this being a podcast, this is an intervention. Please
12
don't get
episodes
addicted.
in, you like, what is it, Minority Reported me or something like that? Yeah, exactly. You leapt into the future to understand my life's path, and you're in here to divert it under the guise of podcasting.
Exactly.
It all makes sense.
So this is the last episode. Thanks for listening.
Yep,
sorry
I'm
if
cured.
you got your hopes up.
Now, where do I build this trebuchet? Because now I have all this free time. You know what? All these lives that I'm going to ice, on you.
What? Wow, okay. Rude.
You could have just left me playing Final Fantasy, but here I go, trebucheting again.
Maybe I wanted you to kill because you'd end up killing future Super Hitler. So I need you to become the ice
how
trebuchet
far
killer.
ahead did you see?
Oh, very.
This is like the really bad 2003 Ben Affleck Uma Thurman movie called Paycheck that was based on a 1950s novel. It's not a good movie. Ben Affleck won a Razzie Award on that.
Hey, while you're building that trebuchet, how about building me a Segway?
All right. Here's Segway noises. It's a hover Segway.
I'm displeased. I want a refund.
Like, the reason I'm so going down the path of the ice trebuchet murder spree is because somebody took my original idea, and that is to be the Hawkeye of murder. So some guy in Kitchener was just out for a little stroll, for a fun stroll. He's got a regular morning walk apparently, and was fucking shot by an arrow.
Jesus Christ!
Killed. He was just in a residential street. This isn't like in the woods or something. This is a residential area, and he was bowed to death.
So, hold on. Where did it say like where the arrow hit? Like, was it a chest? Did it hit him in the eyeball? Why did I say that?
It was an older gentleman.
How dare you be elderly as I knock my arrow?
Yep. No, it was 7 a.m. and it got him in the abdomen. He was
died. Jesus.
And a resident saw him on the ground, called for an ambulance. They covered him to keep him warm and sat with him until emergency crews arrived. He was taken, but after an hour after he was hit, he was gone.
Did they find the source of the arrow?
That's the thing. I don't know if they did. Because, like, everything I read here is just mostly talking about how the person he was, like, it was treated as a homicide, search for the unknown Bowman, command post was set up, and police expect to remain in the neighborhood for days. Police caution residents to remain vigilant and aware of their surroundings and report any suspicious activity.
Suspicious activity, like having a quiver.
Having a fucking quiver, being an elf. But yeah, they from this 2015 article, because it was a while back, but I just needed to read this because like, you just walk down the street, not the road, not some dirt road, not needing like orange vest. You're in a town of some regard, a suburb, and just got bowed to death.
So this was 2015, which means they still haven't caught this Bowman?
Uh-huh. That's what I'm going on, because I haven't heard anything about this person is alive. Or the Bowman's caught, sorry. Kitchenerman's dead.
Detective Signak is on the case. What was the angle of the arrow in his abdomen? Do we know? Was it horizontal? Was it like kind of like a upward angle? We're gonna figure out.
Did I trebuchet an arrow back in 2015? Didn't even use a bow.
If it was arced, maybe it was some kid in his backyard practicing with his bow, and he accidentally let one loose that he lost and didn't realize that he killed a man.
I have no idea. Like. It doesn't really tell me the head of the arrow too, because like if it's a practice arrow, they look completely different than like an actual proper murder arrowhead.
But they could still kill somebody, especially if you have soft elderly tummy skin.
Yeah, God, the soft elderly, the softest of elderly. That's why they keep telling me to moisturize so I could become a soft old man.
I meant like fragile. Come on, man.
Yeah, I have no idea, because it doesn't tell me what kind of arrow it was. So I don't know if it was like an issue of a kid shooting an arrow through a garage or something like that.
So I'm vaxxed now, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to fly to Canada. All right. We're going to go to this place. We're going to talk to the Mounties in the area, because that's what you call your cops, you weirdos. And then we're going to, like,
RCMP,
look into the details.
The P part has police.
No.
Okay.
Mounties.
What even was that?
We're gonna go see the Mounties. We're gonna be like, yo, this old ass case about a man who died that nobody remembers anymore. We need to see all the evidence you have. We're gonna solve this.
I imagine it's already been, like,
I want to get justice for this old man. I want to arrest that stupid kid.
But yeah, like, just could you imagine, like, where I'm at, where I live in the woods, there's kind of a constant fear of walking through, like, a woodland path that you might prey upon somebody who's, like, looking around for deer, especially where my wife and I like to run around in the woods looking for abandoned places. And when we were actually on our last abandoned walk, we did find a couple of deer blinds. So, concern. Thankfully, it's not hunting season. However, once we stumbled upon it, it's like, oh, right, yeah, we should still wear orange vests, maybe.
Yeah, you should probably wear, like, reflective stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's not like people around here really follow the rules all that much. But to think of where I lived before, going for a walk to the gas station or something, or, like, down to the store to get a cup of milk. They don't sell it by the cup, but...
no, they sell it by the bag, like freaks!
By 3 bags inside a bigger bag, I'll have you know.
I want to barf.
The look. Anyway, yeah, just imagine walking back happy with my milk purchases, and then just through the milk carton, through my neck. Just, that's it. That's how I go. Killed by calcium, and also an arrow. But, like...
We're gonna blame the calcium.
Gonna blame cows. Cows coming for you, too. Science, cows, that's it. All of you are on notice.
We're gonna arrest that child. We're gonna arrest the cows. None of you fuckers are safe.
Arrest the arrow that killed the man, too. Fuck it. Just get them all.
You're going to arrow jail. That being said, you know, there's lots of ways that people can die.
There is.
And sometimes when people remember you, they remember how you died. Like, you know, somebody dying of an illness, you know, old age, whatever. Imagine you're preparing to die of old age and instead you die by arrow. That's badass.
That's pretty badass.
That's pretty badass. That is, I'd rather die by arrow if I'm starting to get that old age feel.
Yeah, like if it's in the back of my mind of like, oh, like I've got some sort of critical illness and, you know, assisted suicide situation where, you know, I'm ready to let go from this mortal coil.
Conspiracy theory. Badass assisted suicide. It's a business. You don't want to die of old age, so you hire Hawkeye to fucking kill you with an arrow in the middle of the street.
This is incredible. This is a business opportunity, too.
This is a and you know what? Some of them are going to be ice murders. Some of them are going to be anvils and pianos dropped on people.
Straight Acme style.
Whatever we can drop on the elderly to kill them. We will kill you with your choice of item. Oh, you want to die by encyclopedia? We'll make it happen.
Was Gerald L on the golf course too much and you think it's kind of ironic that he's dementia and you want to get back at him because he said he's ready to go and you're going to just shove a golf club way up that ass? We'll make it happen for you.
Wait, hold on. Did that turn into a hitman business? I thought we were assisted suicide.
Look, that's we are assisted suicide, but when like sometimes when you're not in the right frame of mind, you might have to have somebody who is kind of like your medical retainer who will, you know, sign the release forms that say, you know, he's ready to go. And the way I want him to go is by an 8-iron. Is that even a golf club up his butthole?
That's fair.
Yeah. Take the sand wedge and wedge it up his sand hole.
I'm gonna take Grandpa to the zoo, and just whatever happens, okay? Your choice, but it needs to happen here.
I did it. The 8-iron is a
proud
club.
of you.
Thank you. This was important for me. It goes up to a 9-iron. Or goes down to a 9-iron, I guess. Driver's the longest range.
So look, wait, is it bad to be killed by a putter? Is that considered dishonorable?
Man loved mini putt. He loved it so much it tore his family apart. So because of his putting love, we're gonna tear his butthole apart with a putter.
Is it possible to make a man choke on a golf ball, or do you need like a couple of them? Because
I'd say one's pretty good.
That would be a good way.
Like, what is the diameter of a windpipe?
We just discussed how we can't talk about math.
Oh wait, they've got softer windpipes.
They are softer, so they might be more malleable. So you should probably get at least 3 in there for good measure.
You get 2, yeah, get at least 3. You know what? If you're going to
if you want to guarantee it happens, like he might swallow the first one and like be okay. So then like having 3 is like insurance.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know why we're telling you this. It's our business.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. Stop listening. We gotta go do some stuff.
I gotta call a man. I gotta call a man about a dog.
Hey, so we've talked a lot about murdering people.
Is there anyone that's like resuscitated in the news recently? Is there a Jesus?
Is there a Jesus? No, this isn't for peoples. This is for rhinos. Oh. This is actually really cool. You might know what this.
I think I might have heard of this.
Well, it doesn't matter. I'm going to tell you about it anyway. A tech startup company has started 3D printing rhino horns to stop poachers. This is so badass. So apparently, they're able to 3D print these rhino horns that have the same like
genetic markers
or genetic markers of an actual rhino horn. And they're going to just fucking flood the market with this shit so that it's not profitable to poach rhinos anymore. Isn't that so fucking cool?
See, I was doing some reading on this a while ago, and I have kind of like 2 minds about it. Just two minds about it. First off,
okay,
I fucking love rhinos. Poaching is bullshit if you want to like harvest rhinos, especially in China because they think it's a dick medicine. Absolutely go fuck yourself. If you go out and kill like animals that don't deserve to just die for any reason because you want a trophy or to feel like a man, you are not a man. You are a coward. You are the lowest of the low. Fuck off. Secondly, what about like I look at this and I think about like we're gonna get on like a little bit more serious here because I'm really interested in this, but like,
okay,
what about diamonds? Right? Like, we have the capability to create artificial diamonds. However, because we've made artificial diamonds, we should be making blood diamonds almost actively worthless, right? However, artificial diamonds have propped up the same price value as blood diamonds, and now blood diamonds have actually become more valuable because they have imperfections, and people are like, oh, but this one's worth more now because blood was on it in some way. And I feel like, unfortunately, it's going to follow the similar trend with the rhino stuff. Hopefully it doesn't, and it proves it wrong.
Yeah, I think the key to it is how well can you tell the actual horn part or diamond in the diamond's case. How well can you tell the natural versus the artificial? Yeah. Right? And if they can make it where, get some artists to create variation in the print so that it looks a little bit different from horn to horn or whatever, I think you could successfully flood the market and make it indistinguishable. I think the issue with the blood diamonds is that we have this like need for perfection when it comes to like jewelry. And so having a perfect diamond is the ideal, which, like you said, it makes it stand out from the blood diamond. So, like, if we were just willing to, like, love things that looked a little bit weird, then we could make diamonds that looked more like blood diamonds, and then you wouldn't be able to tell them apart.
Yeah, it's just a problem. Like, we've had this ability now to create these diamonds for ages, and
we're just so vain.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, fuck jewelry for one thing. I'm not a fan of jewelry anyway. Yeah, I know you're wearing like multiple different things.
Rings and a necklace that's like real emerald, and I'm the problem.
But yeah, I have no piercings. I own no jewelry. I have one watch that was gifted to me because like I think it's kind of like there's no point to it personally. I don't feel a point to it. I don't want to wear it.
It's called fashion, sweetie. Look it up.
Do you know how many graphic t-shirts I own?
You can have the graphic t-shirts, but sometimes you just gotta like doll yourself up. You know what I mean?
I'm wearing a Batman t-shirt right now. Like
so am I.
I just don't care. But yeah, I don't know. And taking this, hopefully, like I want it to work. I want the rhino thing to ruin the whole market of selling horny men because fuck your weird science that has not ever actually proven to work. I don't.
The thing is I like holistic medicine. I'm gonna tangent a little bit here. I like the idea of doing home remedies and stuff, but I live by the motto of science first.
Yeah.
Like what is proven medical science, that comes first, and then, whatever helps you feel good. As long as it doesn't hurt something else. Killing rhinos for the sake of, pee go hard is a little ridiculous. And I mean, I don't know. I'm sure that there are other reasons that people want these rhinoceros horns, but hopefully, like, those reasons are less, in tune with vanity than something like the diamonds. And so it's like the same thing, like maybe that will be enough for people. I don't know. I don't know enough about the market. I'll admit my ignorance to it, but I can also understand like the wanting the holistic thing. It's less ridiculous to me and more sad that you chose an animal that you have to kill in order to get that holistic remedy instead of a plant that you could grow in your house or something.
There are already multiple things in the world that makes your ding-dong like just a freaking meat hammer, right? Like, we don't need a killing of animals. You got the blue chews and stuff, right? You don't need to be just, like,
they're
ruining...
actual science.
There's actual medicine, yeah, right? Like,
Viagra exists.
When alternative medicine works, you know what we call that? Medicine. So, like, if we already have medicine... You don't need it. If we know ginger helps soothe the stomach, chew on some ginger.
Yeah,
do we know? Like, I've never seen a rhino horn make a horn rhino ear.
Oh,
that's not what it.
Oh, I don't know. If it involves killing something, that's not cool. And so no. I really, really hope that this works. I hope that they're super successful, and they'll probably make some fucking dough off of it too. Because people will be buying their fake rhino horns?
I mean, if all that money goes back into finding a way to actually ruin the market until finally, like, if you ruin the market enough, you won't need to keep funding the market ruining thing anyway. So it's a self-solving problem. When you run out of money, that's a good thing, probably.
Yeah, no. So let's hope. I have high hopes for them. I want to believe.
I want to
believe 3D printing can save people. Save rhino people.
The
rhinos are people too.
Do not save the rhino people. They are a plight. They are a menace. All right. The rhino people have been living in solidarity underneath the ground of small European Eastern countries for years, and they come up and they sow seeds of discord. Look at the Ukrainian issue. All right. I'm just saying, rhino people. I
Is
swear.
Is this
encrypted? Have you not heard? You're one of them, aren't you? You're just a rhino people sympathizer.
What? I don't know anything about patchy derbies.
The entire USSR. What does the R stand for? Rhino people. Exactly.
USSR.
Underground, subterranean, super rhino people.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's all starting to make sense.
Sheeple.
It was right there the whole time. Just nobody wanted to learn Russian.
Rhinoceros sheeple.
But yeah, sorry we went a little bit more serious there. I feel strongly for rhinos.
No, I feel my husband in particular is a really big animal advocate, so when I saw this, I was like screaming with glee. Like, yes, save the fucking rhinos, man.
And why rhinos and not giraffes, which are a waste of a beast and have longer things to, like, because it's all about the horn and long and length, right? That's what, or is it?
And
is
over
it just
here,
the
giraffe is like, "Am I a joke to you?"
Exactly.
I have muscles in my neck that have to deal with altitude.
You can fuck up a giraffe any day. I won't feel bad about that. Fuck giraffes. So
no, we love our tall neck goat. Please don't hurt my tall neck goat.
Look, there's alternatives. There is alternatives out there.
The alternative is don't kill animals.
What if it's a giraffe, though?
AmeriCanada podcast says don't kill animals. Even if it's a giraffe, do not listen to Jekkus.
If you listen to me, maybe we would never get another Stephen King book published. Boom! Got him.
Also,
boom,
where's
boom.
that HelloFresh sponsorship that
boom,
we keep
boom.
begging for on Twitter?
Boom. Boom. I'll never get it. Boom, boom. They flew it over, but it was intercepted.
Oh, poor you.
I know. The geese, man, they're plotting.
No, that one's the ravens, remember? They're the thieves.
Yeah, they're the thieves. But an organized thief conglomerate needs more than one, like, little winged creature, right? There's a whole net. There's a whole sphere of flight creatures. And even maybe the flightless. I don't know what the penguins have been up to. They've had it too good for too long.
Here on AmeriCanada podcast, we love animals so much, even if they're stealing your groceries or your HelloFresh sponsorship. So please don't harm the animals, especially the rhinos. We really, really love animals here. Okay, thanks, bye. I'm good. I'm good.
Anyway.
Speaking of Canadian geese.
This has been going off on like a weird tangent all podcast. It's just been a big old...
That's literally our entire podcast is a giant tangent.
Yeah, we try and take it to news, and then we just kind of go off the rails immediately about Rhino People.
That's fine. The Rhino People don't listen to our podcast, so...
So, you know what the Rhino People might drive? This is the worst segue.
Do it. No, do it. Do it anyway.
Sometimes they might drive a motorcycle and then... Look, fuck it. There's a guy in Vancouver who got stopped by the police and he was using fake license plates. Now, fake license plates, sure. All right, cool. I mean, that makes kind of sense that would be out there. But, you know, you would imagine that the license plate would be, you know, metal, right?
Yeah.
And not printed on the box of a diaper container that he just cut off stuck on the back of the motorcycle. I've seen this one come up a couple times now for some reason, and I was like, all right, I'll take a gander at it. And this wasn't the first offense.
Oh no.
He has gone on this multiple times, putting fake cardboard plates on the back of his motorcycle and driving around. Like, it's hilariously bad looking. Here, one sec. I will share the picture with you once I can.
You find the picture on AmeriCanada podcast on Twitter.
Hey, that's what it looks like. It's beat to shit. It does not look like a license plate, even from a distance. It's not great. It's bent. It's bowed. It's miserable. It's fading because of the weather. Like,
it's torn.
It's ridiculous, and I respect the effort this guy goes through, because those are not good pictures. Those aren't going to fool anybody, but he tries. And like,
he really tried.
It would have been kind of hilarious if it was the first time, but this is the second offense by the same guy.
That's amazing.
He has, $983 in fines, which I think is not enough, honestly. And I think both of them got fined, or he finally got his motorcycle seized at least, and more charges are pending.
If he doesn't have the motorcycle, he can't put diaper box on it.
Exactly. But yeah, it's diaper boxes that he cuts up and prints on there and sticks it on his... I just cannot.
Yeah, it's I want to be shocked, but honestly, I feel like stuff like this happens in the US all the time. When you buy a car from a dealership, I don't know if this is an exclusively American kind of thing. When you buy a car from a dealership, do they put that little like paper tag on it for you to like drive it home?
Oh yeah, like the temporary plate.
Yeah, and it lasts like a month.
It lasts longer than it should. The paper might not last long, but the glue lasts forever.
No, so the amount of time you have like on it.
Yeah,
you have a month from time of purchase in order to actually get like your proper tag. And it's like a regular thing for people here to like print out, updated dates. So it looks like they just recently bought the car when they've had it for 5 months or whatever. Like, I've heard of so many people doing that shit.
I've not heard of that one.
Or like just driving around with one that's expired. It's like so obvious. It's like from 3 months ago and it's so obviously expired, but they don't have a real tag.
Now, I live in some interesting times, but it was very common for fake safety inspections to happen around this area, and I'm not sure why that one's a big thing, but
wait, because fake? You said fake?
Fake safety inspections. Yeah, because we get a little sticker on the front of our vehicle in the windshield that sits there, and you can it's got 2 parts stamped out, one for the year, one for the month. So after it goes over that, it's out of safety, and you need your vehicle safetied. However, people just printed stickers, punched out the holes of certain dates, and slapped it on there. And then away you go.
Yeah.
And
so when you said fake safety inspections, I imagined like someone dressed up in a fake officer uniform, like outside of a restaurant, like, all right, I'm going to check the safety of your vehicle, sir.
That's a little bit more overboard than what I was expecting. Because I was like, when I said fake safety inspections, I also thought like, oh, you take it to a garage and they go, yep, that's a car. Slap a sticker on it. But
no,
not a real.
Like, I was imagining like out in the fucking street, dressed as a cop with a fake mustache. Like,
what cop does that?
This is a car, and I determine that it is safe.
Can you roll down your window? Honk. Yeah, that's a car, not a goose cake.
Are you sure? I don't know. They honk the same, man.
It's true. That's we don't actually have car horns. We just have a small goose that lives in our hood.
Yeah, and when you press the button, I imagine there's just a stick that pokes the goose to make it honk.
Yeah. We got it. It's actually safer to keep it in the hood because they're very aggressive, especially after you poke it for years. But
that's why they're all pissed.
But yeah, I've had the fake sticker thing happen around me, especially to even people I know or family members and stuff. Because oh boy, are we all just really good law-abiding citizens out here? But I've never seen a straight up fake license plate. I have seen sovereign citizen plates before, not locally, but I've seen them around.
What's a sovereign citizen plate?
Have you not heard of? Do you know what a sovereign citizen is, right?
I feel like I do, but
it's
I'm
someone who believes that like a lot of things that are like your driver's license, it's a privilege, right? These people believe it's a right. It's as a human being, it's their right to drive a vehicle. So they start trying to find weird wording loopholes in every little law to make it not apply to them, so they can do things because they want to be free of the government, because they're a sovereign citizen. They're not an American or Canadian. They are a sovereign citizen unto themselves. They are their own government and country. And they drive around with plates that say not a vehicle used for transit is traveling, and they say traveling is legal, but no, you get ticketed, you go to jail.
I'm gonna go back to the caves.
Sovereign citizens are my favorite like things just to examine, because it's the most absolute nonsense thing. Like, oh yeah, my child wasn't born with a social insurance number, social security number, because that's how the government owns you, sort of thing, right? You know, cool. Oof. Yep. Oh, I love it. Oh, I love sovereign citizens. I mean, I hate them. They're miserable people, but like, oh, I love reading into that because it's just the most ridiculous I love trying to find loopholes, but I love when people fail so hard.
When
and they
your
get tased a lot.
Loophole is just because I can.
Exactly.
Because I wanna.
They get tased a lot, and it's great.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, man. I love it so much.
I'm just remembering, this isn't on your sovereign thing, but I had a dream recently about license plates, which is weird.
What?
I had a dream that I was running from the cops, where specifically there was a passenger in my vehicle who was wanted, and I was friends with. Not real people. I don't know, just weird fucking dream. And then
Princess Diana was like, hit the gas.
I think his name was like Mark or some shit. I don't know. But so we stop at like a store so that he can get takeout, and the cops are showing up and they see him run into our car. And I just remember telling the person driving the car to pull over so that I could switch the license plate so that the cops would be able to find us. And we had like extra license plates in the car. So I just grabbed one and like quickly switched it, and then we took off.
Lord almighty. That's a very elaborate dream.
It was a weird dream. It was a weird dream. I have weird dreams.
Yeah, just a dream. Just a dream, right? Just a dream,
not a
right?
thing that really happened.
Not
ever,
a thing that
I would not. Mark, run. I don't even know anyone named Mark.
Yeah, my first Mark goes to like Mark Ruffalo.
Oh, that's a good Mark.
It's a good Mark.
Mark Wahlberg is another good Mark.
Mark Wahlberg's a much better Mark than Mark Zuckerberg.
He was just trying to determine the best Mark.
Just trying to find Marks. Actually, Mark is a wrestling term, too. So, I've got nothing to add to that. It's just somebody who's a fan of wrestling.
So someone named Mark should never go wrestling, because then there'll be a Mark.
That is true. I used to watch this YouTube show called Mark or Mark, because it's, making fun of Marks. But everybody thought the guy hosting it was named Mark.
The name Mark no longer sounds like a word.
I love when that happens.
It ceases to have meaning. Mark.
Here's the next 40 minutes of the podcast. Mark.
If your name is Mark, please at us at AmeriCanada Podcast on Twitter so that we can market you harder. Mark.
I think we're just AmeriCanada Pod on Twitter.
Are we? That was podcast. I don't know anything. You're the social boy.
I should social more. I'm just busy with things, and then Final Fantasy took a grip of me.
We've social distanced, and then you became an addict.
It's not Do you have a world article for us?
I do! I have the best, and you know what? It has to do with the
marks.
illegal.
Oh, okay.
And cheese.
A
man in Liverpool took a picture of himself holding some cheese, and the British detectives were able to track him down after identifying his fingerprints in the photo.
What?
He was a major drug dealer in Liverpool.
Wait, fingerprints from the like, was he holding his hand open?
He's holding it in his hand.
He's holding a cheese.
With his fingers out, and they were able to identify him from his fingerprints.
That's incredible. Oh my god, that's so good. Are you sending me cheese?
There's him holding the cheese.
Oh my god, yeah, he has it kind of lightly in his hand. Kind of resting over his palm and a little bit of his fingers. So he has 3 fingers fully exposed. Oh my god. I love
the beginning. The beginning of this article is the best. A drug dealer in the English city of Liverpool thought he was the big cheese until police got all the evidence they needed to arrest him from a picture he shared of himself holding a small block of creamy Stilton. I don't know how to pronounce that cheese. Stilton.
It's just Stilton.
Whatever. I can't read, especially from as far away as I am from my monitor.
It's made in Leicestershire.
He pled guilty to conspiracy to supply cocaine and heroin and ketamine and a bunch of other drugs. He pled guilty to conspiracy to distribute shit.
This is why we should have never upgraded from Razr phones.
Exactly. Were it not for a photo he shared of himself holding the cheese block from a British retailer, he could still be supplying large amounts of drugs.
That is amazing. But yeah, the higher the resolution of the photo, the easier it is to capture fingerprints. So as such, everybody return to monkey, throw your phones into the lake. And if you're going to get a phone, get one of those really bad Blackberries that slide up and expose the keyboard, because those cameras sucked.
If you're going to sell drugs, don't take pictures of your fingies.
Well, first off, just don't sell drugs. Unless it's legal drugs.
If you're going to sell drugs, don't take pictures of your fingies.
If you are going to sell drugs, don't take pictures of the fingies. And also, don't sell to kids. Come on, man. You're better than that.
If you're going to commit murder, use arrows and ice blocks. Don't take pictures of your fingies.
Use an ice arrow chipped out of an ice block. I think this is genius. I think we found up a new way. Didn't they try to do that in Mythbusters, make ice bullets or something?
Yes, they tried to make an ice bullet and they found out that basically it just melts. But that was a bullet.
Yeah,
you need fire
ice arrow.
To shoot a bullet. An arrow does not require fire. So maybe.
I'm gonna craft
now I want to know
if
anyone's ever shot an ice arrow. I need to do some research.
Can I be like Ash from League of Legends? That's for the young crowd, but the crowd that was young when I was playing League of Legends and now have grown up and now they look at Fortnite with derision, just the same way I looked at League of Legends with derision. Ash is a girl who shoots bow and arrow ice stuff. Just for those who aren't aware.
I think that was context clues gave away most of that.
Yeah, I have friends that I could give many context clues and they have no idea what I'm talking about. So just in case, Teddy, if you're listening to this, I love you, but you have no idea what sarcasm is, and I kiss. Mwah, you're a good boy. It's okay. We make fun of him all the time for not understanding sarcasm.
So the police were able to arrest him after he posted his photo on the encrypted messaging service EncroChat. Via his handle, Toffee Force.
Toffee Force?
Toffee Force was his handle on this.
Oh my god.
EncroChat.
I've got a new D&D character.
Right? But police had already cracked the EncroChat, and so from there they were able to see the fingerprints on the photo. Apparently, he's not the only one that they have caught this way.
That's crazy.
He's probably the most notable, but they've been able to identify people from photos on this, supposedly encrypted chat.
I am incredibly baffled at this level of detail that we're able to capture to the point where your fingerprints can just be uploaded to a database based on a picture. First off, that's terrifying. But secondly, incredibly fascinating.
Right?
Like, I have a lot of, like, I have nothing to hide, blah, 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 but I still have a lot of, like, anti-tracking systems,
I've seen your basement, don't fucking lie.
Stop. Just because there's so many beans doesn't mean that I'm, waiting for the world to end. It's an illegal
quantity of beans, sir.
Look, Canadian legal system is different for... I've got kidney beans and lima beans.
An absurd amount of beans.
They're measured differently. This one's refried beans. That's a refried bean. Does that count as beans? Kind of, but shut up.
Are you planning to kill people with farts? What's happening in there?
Look, I have to survive once the moon comes and crashes into the earth. I just don't know what other better way than a questionable amount of beans. I hesitate to say illegal. However, I turn off a bunch of trackers and a bunch of ad blockers and stuff, so like I don't really get those moments where, people are saying like, "Oh, I just mentioned this to somebody and now I'm getting ads for it all over the place." That never happens to me. I get that
and I hate it.
Cuz like even on my phone,
it doesn't happen to my husband.
I'm going to open this up right quick too. Like I'm not paranoid about it. I just don't like the fact that there's so many things tracking me. So I have an ad block on my phone or a blocker, and since refreshing it when I sent it to a dear friend Quest, I have 181,431 ads and trackers blocked.
Jesus.
And that was like probably a month ago. So,
I feel like I need this because so we recently purchased a bed for our bedroom. We were wanting to upgrade size, and, we had a hand-me-down bed. We'd never bought our own proper bed. And so we opted to get one of those bed in a box delivery things. And we did a whole bunch of research.
Purple mattress, hit us up.
Liked. No, not purple. We went with...
blue mattress, hit us up.
It was Sleep Nightly or something like that. I don't remember. I don't know. My husband did all the hard work.
You're ruining our brands.
I'm sorry. Anyway, so my husband's the one who does a lot of the research on stuff like that on his phone. He researched stuff I hadn't. I had done zero research. Nothing on my laptop, nothing on my phone, nothing. Didn't get ads for beds until he started searching for stuff. And then I started getting ads. He didn't, because he has all of his targeted ad stuff turned off on all his socials, but yeah. I don't. And so him searching beds meant that I was getting ads for beds. Yep. And it's like, it knows that we're married. It knows what he's looking up, and it's showing me things he's looking up. And it's like that the levels that has to go through is ridiculous.
Oh yeah. Like the fact that your bandwidth has accessed a bed ad at any point means that you are now liable to see bed ads, which is ridiculous because like you make a large purchase like that and suddenly that's all you're getting. It's like, I already got a bed.
Bought one.
I don't need 500 more beds. Like I bought a plunger. Why are you showing me 50 more plungers? I don't love shitting that much. I don't get it.
Or like I do a lot of 3D software art using a program called Blender. And I get advertisements on Facebook for actual blenders. And I'm like, when I search Blender online, that's not what I meant.
Also, I've seen the recent pop art stuff. Really good.
Thank you.
Yeah, really enjoy.
If you would like to see my stupid ass art things, you can find me Signak_art on Twitter. If you want to support a podcast, then you can go to AmeriCanadaPodcast.com, and there's a where to listen page, and you can make all your friends listen to it, because word of mouth is like the best way for us to get popular, and I just want people to be proud of me. Please acknowledge me.
Even if you're not listening to us on Apple Podcasts, go on Apple Podcasts and leave a review. How about that? Just do that. You don't have to though, but like we'd appreciate it a lot.
Or just like tell your grandpa that the millennials are doing weird shit and that like he should keep an eye on us because we might take over the world. And then he'll listen to us obsessively.
There you go.
Out of spite.
Yeah, exactly.
Spite is a really good weapon.
Yeah, tell your friends that there's a better podcast than theirs out there. Because let's be honest, you have another friend out there that has a podcast.
Everybody and their dog has a podcast.
This is my third one. It's the only one active currently, but technically my third one.
No. If you want more of the Canadian, he does streams right now. Guess Jekkus. What the only thing he streams is?
It is Final Fantasy 14. That's not true. Next weekend I'm going to play Resident Evil 8.
I don't believe you. Not until it happens.
I'm going to do I got warheads upstairs now. The whole plan is I'm going to eat a warhead every time horny happens.
I've played Resident Evil. You're going to be eating a lot of warheads and then none for a while.
Well, you don't know what gets me going, huh? I'm gonna eat so many warheads. I'm just gonna shove. I'm gonna unpeel them first because they all individually packaged. Good job. And then I'm just gonna spoonful them into me. That's what I'm gonna do.
Scared. I'm scared for your body.
I can no-sell a warhead though, because I ate all the lemon ones because lemons are the worst, and I don't want to eat them on stream because I don't want to have a bad time.
If you want to see this man die of warhead, you can find him on Twitch TV, twitch.tv/Jekkus TV. I know how to words.
If there's an end to it, just put a TV on it. Just TV.
This is TV.
Just TV. Just Google search Jekkus, you'll find me.
Yes.
Or if you're playing Final Fantasy 14, I'm Jek Boy. I'm a little potato boy. I heal. I'm a white mage.
He's a whole horde of potatoes. Him and
we're
all
a whole
of
bunch.
Our friends.
We call our company McCain's because McCain's is a French fry company up here.
Oh, of course it is. Have a wonderful freaking day.
You know what?
Hug somebody that you love.
Find a rhino and give it a second horn. Doesn't matter where. Just give it a second horn. It'll appreciate it.
Butthorn.
Butthorn. Yeah, give it a butthorn.
Butthorn.
Butthorn. Butthorn.
Bye, Mark.